Good morning, guys. A little bit of a different change of view. Welcome to my office. This is the vantage point from my office this way. Um, yeah, I'm getting comfortable again with getting in front of the camera versus always being behind a black screen or whatever. Hello. Real quick before we get started, I did want to kind of sage the area. Um, I'm feeling like this is a reading that is sent from the ancestors. Because of that, I'm using a couple of different decks today. Um, Trying to be very intentional about what decks I choose today. And I guess I could have done all of this off screen, but that's what I mean. Like, doing the blackout readings are nice because you get distracted when you can see your face and like things like that. So, real quick, we're going to cleanse with this wild harvested black copal incense sticks. I do think I'm going to actually add these to my shop, so keep an eye out. It's a very piney, citrusy type of scent. It's very strong. It's very rich and very crisp. So, this is my favorite. I like to use this when I'm really trying to smudge out the energy in its entirety. So, hello, 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 and welcome. Um, I do need to get some more of that. You can get that from Wild Harvested. That's the brand. And there's definitely some stagnant energy that I'm ready to clear. So, all right, we're going to go ahead and get on in. I am going to do my prayer real quick. Divine Spirit, I call upon your wisdom and light to guide this reading. With clarity, love, and truth, may this message reach those who are in need of healing, offering them faith, hope, love, and strength to move forward. I ask that only pure and divine energy flow through these cards, revealing what is meant to be seen for the highest good. May my words be a vessel of love, encouragement, and spiritual insight. With gratitude and trust, I surrender this reading to the divine will. Amen. All right, guys. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. As you may or may not have seen, I did change it from the Psychic Auntie back to Divine Moon readings. I didn't go back to Divine Moon Healing because I did start a brand with that as the business name. And so I want to keep them as separate entities. But hi, guys, welcome. Hopefully, you don't mind this kind of setup and layout, and it's not going to bug you too much. We're going to let that cleanse this area. We're going to go ahead and cleanse these cards. As well as just this tarot deck, I do want to use my Divine Time Oracle deck as well. This is just like a really cool deck that I use mostly for my past life readings and with my clients who have done past life regression therapy. I typically don't bring it into my standard readings because a lot of people don't care about past life, to be perfectly honest with you. I found unless you are a spiritual being, a seer, a psychic, a tarot reader, whatever you want to call yourself, a prophet. I've heard everybody about this point call themselves everything. It's not, I'm not judging you. You know, I've had people call me a witch. I do not claim to be a witch. I will not claim to be a witch because I'm way more than that. So let me just make sure these are all upright real quick. So, that being said, I hope everyone is doing well. Just a reminder, you are more than welcome to be here in this space with me. This feels really good. This energy feels really nice and light in comparison to what we were dealing with yesterday, which had me about 50 shades of fucked up. Make sure you check out the readings that went out yesterday. These will probably go out later today or tomorrow. So I was feeling it anyways. Oh, I'm going to put them back in, but I have a feeling the Tower is going to come out. Queen of Pentacles is going to come out. Eight of Pentacles. Okay, so I was feeling like this is definitely some past life energy. I don't know if so much as past life as there's a lot of ancestral energy around you right now. These are just kind of going to give us some Oh, these actually aren't even the cards I was thinking of. Where's my past life deck? These Divine Time Oracles are cool, but this is actually not what I was looking for. There it is, past life oracle. So I like to use these a lot when I'm doing my readings about past life. Anybody who's into past life regression therapy, I've probably spoken to you already. You've probably already emailed me on the subject. But let's get a little bit of look into your past life as well. I feel like your ancestors want to tell you something. There's something in your lineage that you are supposed to, quote unquote, pass the torch, carry the torch for. And I'm like all of a sudden getting the analogy of sports, like track in particular is pass the torch, isn't it? So I kind of want to take a peek into your past and see what different paths in lineage, sorry, just lost my words, what different paths you took in the past and how those really played a part into who you are today. With this book, with these cards, I do refer to the book. Damn, I'm sorry for bringing that so close to the mic. Okay, so I usually only want 2 to 3 to come out of these. Okay. Okay, we got Vows at the bottom of the deck. The first card that came out was Medicine Man or Woman. And I was getting this energy yesterday. I feel like, and you may not even know it yet, but I feel like you're a healer of some sort. Yesterday, I used the examples of massage therapist, Reiki, tarot reader, something like that. But you definitely have healing in your lineage, in your ancestry. And I feel like you potentially even, I was going to say, that might be part of the medicine man, medicine woman might be part of your generational curse that you're trying to break. I feel like you're trying to break a generational curse for some reason. Or you feel cursed, or you use the word that, like, my lineage is cursed a lot, and weird things like that. So the first one, like I said, we had out was Medicine Man and Woman, and it says, this card reveals your past life as a healer. Message. You brought this knowledge forward, and now it's embedded within your unconsciousness. This is why you have instinctive knowledge as healing within, as well as a natural healing gift. You drew this card to help you gain confidence as a healer. Perhaps you're considering taking classes, entering a healing profession, or this card indicates you have a soul connection to this topic. While there's never a guarantee of absolute success, you have a passion and a calling for healing that could form the basis of a successful practice. Okay, love that for you. The next one we had out was ships, and let's just go ahead and read from the book, but I definitely feel like I'm feeling like you might be an engineer. You might be a really like logistical, linguistical mindset. You might know multiple language. You might know 3 languages, because tertiary just came out to me for some reason. But ships, your prior lifetime spent on ship bring this card to you today, a former sailor, crew member, or ship passenger. You had the experience at sea and exerted an influence on the situation you're inquiring about. You probably already sense this type of life you had aboard these ships. The question now becomes how your experiences have affected your life. Negative reactions such as fears and phobias, positive reactions such as longings to travel, or a special affinity for the sea. All may have arisen during prior lifetimes. And I've never actually gotten that one before, so that's pretty cool. The next one we had come out was Native American, and this obviously ties in with the medicine man or woman. Obviously, this correlates with Native American. You definitely have some Native American roots. I do as well, so I relate. This card signifies that you had an important past life as a Native American, which is connected to your current journey in this life. If you feel drawn to Native American culture, arts, artifacts, spirituality, this is because they're familiar to your soul. And your studying of the teachings can help awaken ancient memories and knowledge you already have stored within you. This card can also signify indigenous cultures from other countries as well. I almost said Africa, so it doesn't have to be Native American. It could also be like African tribes, Yoruba, Igbo, But perhaps you have some hidden anger or pain because of a battle or loss during this time as an Indigenous person. So, as with other past life traumas, a session with a qualified past life regressionist therapy is like, I'm all about it. I'm always going to push you to do that. It's really, really intriguing to learn a little bit more about yourself, and it can really help reveal stagnant energy and heal or restore. In that way, it will allow you to retain the lessons and the love from that lifetime, and which would then allow you to release any negative blocks. So, like I said, you definitely had a really cool past life. I think I'm feeling like Atlantis energy also, so you might feel really drawn to like dolphins. Avatar, Way of the Water might have felt like a glimpse of your past life. I kind of feel weird saying that, but like I think if you relate, you relate. Real quick, this deck, if I can find it online, I'll link it below, but it looks like this. It's a really cool past life deck. Okay, like I was saying, I feel like your ancestors are trying to tell you something. I feel like you have things coming in, and you're like now gonna have to kind of sit in a place of truly receiving. I think you're used to being the action oriented person, being the reason things move, shake, and flow. And I think now you're having to be still. I think you're having to be still, and I think you're having to truly pay attention to the signs and synchronicities around you. You're truly having to go within yourself. And even more importantly, I feel like you're definitely getting downloads, signs from your ancestors, signs, synchronicities, downloads from them. And they're trying to tell you something. I think your ancestors are so proud of you, the ones that are for you to buy is good. And I think they see you as this beautiful, independent, wealthy person. I think they see you as a very passionate person. You are prosperous. We have the Queen of Pentacles, or excuse me, Eight of Pentacles come out. You're hardworking. This is somebody who is collecting on their investments. You're thriving in business. You might have had to walk away from something or some person, place, or thing to truly take on this business. But the place you're headed is like a place of leadership. This is making decisive decisions. This is vocalizing your independence and taking your independence to another level. This also might bring in unexpected income. I was saying that yesterday. Highly expect, you need to be in a place to receive. I think you're very, very comfortable in a place to give. I don't think you're comfortable to receive not only gifts, but really anything of a monetary stature. And I think that might come from, excuse me, I believe that comes from your trauma from a childhood. I think that you never were given anything without people expecting something from you in return, whether that was to have closed lips or do something you didn't want to do. It definitely ties back into your childhood trauma just a little bit. So I feel like you're leaving a place of conflict and battle and struggle. I think it's career oriented. I think you feel, you know what, I'm not going to say it's career oriented. It could be relationship oriented as well. But your ancestors, your guiding light, God, the universe, source, whatever you believe in, it was guiding you to leave this place. It was forcing you to abandon something, to walk away, to move on. And in moving on, I said this yesterday as well, so this is a little bit of lingering energy. Your solar plexus chakra is begging to be recentered. You're probably heavily overeating right now, binge eating, you're eating your emotions. As we know, our solar plexus chakra is our stomach region. It's our center of energy in which allows us to be balanced. So you are definitely dealing with a lot of anger issues, probably at this time, aggression. I can relate. I used to be very, very angry. I used to black out. I used to black out on people. Because I didn't know, I was never taught the formidable positive ways in which to process my emotions and speak how I feel. I actually had a probably like I'd say my throat chakra has probably been closed my entire adolescence up until not too long ago. So, you know, you feel disappointed that you had to walk away from something. But I think that, like, let's see, what is the message that your angels and your ancestors are trying to reveal to you? I feel like it's something about your path. And I think it's like remembering that the destination isn't quite literally destination. It's not the point, it's the path along the way. It's the journey along the way. Yeah, aw. Okay. So I'll go ahead and keep all the ones that came out. Oh, okay. I'm feeling like to take that too. I know you guys can't see this, but in front of me, the first two cards that flipped out, first of all, I had two in reverse, and they're both what I would say match union cards. First, it's the Two of Wands, and it came in the reverse. This is a fear of change. This is being indecisive. This is not being able to make a decision. This is a lack of activity. You're being stagnant. Like you're not doing anything because you don't know what the fuck to do. You failed at negotiating something. I almost feel like you failed at bringing two worlds together. And then we have the Two of Cups in reverse. And this is all about disharmony. So you may have, like I said, you walked away from something, a person, place, or relationship, disharmony, disconnection, imbalance, inequality, unhappy couples, unequally yoked. I don't know who you were walking away from. This could be a business partner. I'm also feeling like just a business partner that you clash with in every way, shape, or form or possible. Like you came into this union wanting to literally formulate and build something beautiful and strong, and you accidentally started building with the wrong person, and that's okay. Okay? I don't want you to beat yourself up for doing said action. I want you to make the decision to not make that action again. I feel like you're in a place where justice is at the top. Fairness and equality is really all you care about right now. I feel like you have gone through some karmic cycles, a dark night of the soul. You were feeling tricked, disrespected, abused emotionally. Very, very interesting energy. You know, this is all about truth coming out. This is cause and effect. This is life decisions. And this is about integrity. So I kind of feel like whoever you walked away from was lying to you, stealing from you, or using you in some way, shape, or form. And I hate to say that, but you know, let's just be honest here. You know, energy doesn't lie. I think you battled with addictions. And I think that if I had to guess, I would say your addictions were maybe on the occasion, depending on where your mental health is. And I do feel like your mental health is something that's taken a back seat. Like you've tried to do so many things, but not structure your mental health in a safe, healthy place. Your addictions have to do with, I'm seeing a white powdery substance. You might have been playing with your nose lately on that Snow White. Definitely a smoker of some sort. That could be cigarettes or marijuana. But I'm feeling like you're a drinker. And I don't think you've always been a drinker, but I think you've all of a sudden become like a bit of an alcoholic. You're drinking your feelings, you're drinking and repressing your feelings and emotions. And I feel like also potentially your addiction is to another person. It might be a sexual type of lust. It might be a sexual addiction. You might have an addiction to porn. I was getting that energy a little bit last night. I feel like this is just a man who needs to heal. Like, this is somebody that just keeps kind of like one shitty big lesson will happen, and you're just like, sideswipe, Johnny Bravo walk. Just like, I got this. I'm strong. I'm big. I can do anything. Feel. You can do anything. Feel first. Because I promise you, you're repressing and sidestepping your emotions right now. I promise you that. I know you're having a hard time speaking. I know your throat feels thwarted. I need you to break the chains that bind. You are dealing with someone who's controlling you. You're in control. Your life to live. Do you want to look back in 20 years and be pissed over every choice you made because you didn't make any of them? Fucking weirdo. Like, I kind of feel like you need your ass beat, like, for some reason. Like, I feel like you have a father wound or something. Like, you never had, like, not that your father wasn't there, but they were just emotionally abusive and emotionally distant. And it created a father wound within you. I have a father wound because my father beat the shit out of me and abused me in many, many ways, in all the ways, truly all the ways. You have a father wound because I feel like you're trying to live up to expectations of your parents and not yourself. Like, you want a happy family, but I feel like you keep trying to depend on your parents. Why is the King and Queen of Cups coming out in your read? This isn't your energy. You are not the King and Queen of Cups. You are highly unbalanced and not tempered right now. So this isn't your energy. This is someone you're trying to be. This is what you want to be. This is what you want to be. Okay, that makes more sense. Four of Wands, community, happy family, celebration, weddings, events. You want your happily ever after. You want to be built on a firm foundation. You want your Queen of Cups. You want someone who's empathetic, someone who understands people. You want to make choices based on sincere feelings. You feel like you were lied. Like you feel like someone was wearing a mask in your last relations. But a mother or a significant mother figure is going to play a very, very significant role in your life in the very upcoming future. And also, I think a father. I think your father understands you more than you think. You need someone who understands unconscious motivations in your life right now. I feel like you're listening to your friends, and no offense, but like, I feel like they're college friends because I keep looking at my fucking diploma sitting here. And in front of it, I had this picture of my college friends. And I only talk to 2.5 of the people in these pictures anymore. And I say 2.5 because one of them's on their way out. There's this weird natural phasing of life where people just kind of move in and out of your life depending on where they are and where you are in your phases, you know? So I feel like you're like in a weird place. Like you feel kind of alone, but you're not. You're surrounded by, I think, probably college friends, but they're not like even people you were being like honestly really close with and upfront with in the recent few years. Like they're people you love and have respect for, yeah, but you're with and around somebody who sees a side of you that maybe you don't love for them to see, a very vulnerable side of you. I don't really know. And I don't think they like your ex. That's the reason I brought this up. I don't think that they like your ex, and I think that they have been very manipulative in the ways in which that they forced you to pigeonhole and ghost that person. And they may have been trying to do it out of love. They may have been trying to protect you because you do have clearly some mental handicaps. But all these things can be worked through. The things you're battling are all things that can be worked through. And so I really just don't want you to allow people to control you. 2222 was on the clock. Control the controllable. I think you need to reach out to somebody and apologize. Let's see. With our Divine Time Oracle deck, what comes out? I think there needs to be an apology. It says stay positive about it. Release any attachment to timing. So if you're waiting on a call, a text, an email, some sort of communication, throw it up in the air, let God have it, have his way. Because you know what's meant for you will never pass you. What's meant for you will come back to you. I release the love of my life in prayer and in love and in having faith that God would bring them back to me when we were better aligned to love each other properly, when we had grown a little bit. We were in a place we couldn't grow together anymore. We had to leave that place for a moment. I feel like this could be a business thing, yeah. Like, and it could be making a change, you know, in upcoming months, 6 weeks, 6 days. This is 6 months from now, but I'm even feeling like 2 to 6 months from now. When are these changes coming in for the collective? I thought it next month. I was seeing July yesterday. It was what came out for the when they're going to come out and say something to you. Timing has been delayed. Just know everything for a reason. Your rejection is your protection. And even if this person never comes back, even if you and this business partner never get back in contact, you never file up a contract again that allows you guys to work together, so fucking what? Everything for a reason, and you need to just understand, you don't have to know the fucking reason. That's the grace of God. That is the protection. We don't have to know. And I'm going to leave it there. You need to release the need to control the situation. Everything happening in this world is happening for you, not to you. I highly feel like you need to rewire your brain, retrain your brain. You need to EDMR therapy. You need to speak to somebody. You need to cry. You need to go to a boxing ring. You need to feel. You're doing a lot of things. but you are not feeling, and that much I can tell. I'll see you guys in the next one. In case no one else tells you today, I love you. Keep your head up and know that you got this. This is just one step along this very, very long journey. Bye.